Welcome to the Real News Network. I'm Jessica Devereaux in Baltimore. Hundreds of truckers in Los Angeles took part in what's being reported as the first strike by independent contractors in decades. The truckers at Green Fleet Systems, American Logistics International, and Pac 9 delivered goods for retail giants like Walmart and Forever 21. The Real News reached Nick Weiner, who is the National Campaign Director for Justice for the Port Driver Campaign, and he's supporting the non-union workers on strike.
I'm at the picket line at Green Fleet Systems, where workers are on strike today because of unfair labor practice conditions and misclassification in the port trucking industry. In the last year, there's been some hope that's been instilled in drivers who have low wage and miserable working conditions, because for the first time last year, a group of brave truck drivers came together, organized with the Teamsters, and negotiated an excellent first contract through a lot of adversity. So now drivers at Green Fleet and drivers at Pac 9 and American Logistics, which are three leading trucking companies here at the harbor, are protesting the retaliation and coercion that their employers have been engaging in for the last number of months, because they want to come together, speak with one voice to improve their working conditions.
So, Nick, can you briefly explain the difference between independent contractors and traditional employees?
They're treated like employees in every sense of the word. They work for the same company exclusively day in and day out, except their employers, the trucking companies, have been able to shift all their business expenses onto the backs of these drivers. So these port drivers who are told that they're independent contractors, but treated like employees, are paid by the load, and at the end of the week, from their paychecks is deducted all the business expenses for running a trucking company. So lease payments on the truck, insurance on the truck, maintenance, fuel, which comes to hundreds and hundreds of dollars each week. So at the end of the day, what truck drivers actually take home is very little. So the truck drivers often say the first 30 hours that they work each week is for the truck, and then the next 30 hours they get to pay themselves.
That was Nick Weiner, the National Campaign Director for Justice for Port Driver Campaign, who joined us from the picket lines in the Port of Los Angeles. We also contacted Green Fleet, but they declined to comment. And now joining us to unpack all this is Bob Poland. He is the founder and co-director of the Perry Institute at UMass Amherst. Thanks for being with us, Bob.
Very glad to be on. Thank you, Jessica.
So, Bob, we just got a report, like I said, from the picket line where truckers are striking. Can you just unpack for us what this actually means in a broader context, national context? We're seeing not just retail and fast food workers on strike now. Now we're seeing truck drivers who are really a part of the supply chain.
Well, yes. I mean, I think it's very important that we're seeing the Walmart workers, retail workers, we're seeing fast food workers, and now we're seeing truckers going out on short-term strikes. Because why? Because their conditions have deteriorated. The union strength is weak. So without the formal role of the union behind them, their bargaining power has worsened. And they see the inequality that has arisen in the country. After all, since the recession ended in 2009, 95% of all the income gains has gone to the top 1%. The real wages of workers has stagnated or declined. They're below where they were 40 years ago in real inflation-adjusted dollars. And so that's what is driving these strikes, and it is very important that it has now moved on to truckers who have been badly exploited and need this kind of pushback.
Do you think these type of protests and strikes are effective?
Well, they're better than not doing them at all. I think it's very important that the working people are starting to raise their voices and demand better conditions, fighting for a higher minimum wage. I mean, the struggle for a $15 minimum wage did at least yield something. In California is past a $10 minimum wage. starting in 2016. Now, that's not good enough, but if there hadn't been the fight over the last several months and arguing in behalf of a $15 minimum wage, we wouldn't have the biggest state in the union passing a $10 minimum wage. That's how politics works. And the point is that working people do deserve better conditions. It's important that they fight for their rights because otherwise they're getting kicked around by both parties, including the Democrats, most Democrats, Wall Street Democrats. And so this is a very positive development.
All right, Bob Poland, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you for joining us on the Real News Network. Thank you very much.
Okay.